What's happening? This is Tom, NerdRemix.com. I got a movie for you today called Frankenstein-Day of the Beast. It was written and directed by a man named Ricardo Islas. I hope I pronounced that right. Mary Shelley was given props in the credits right away. I guess this was a Chicago production. And opens with a guy named Felix showing up at his blind dad's cabin in the woods or whatever, and it's winter. And he's got his new wife Safi with him, and his annoying little sister Agatha lives there. And things happen. They're being watched. Safi, the French girl, gets attacked. And Papa, pretty racially intolerant, by the way, gets murdered with a cane. This is a very, very ambitious film for an indie production because it's a period piece, and it works for the most part. Some of the actors struggle with the dialogue a little bit, you know, the cadence and the speech style of people back then, and you know, that's about the only gig I can give it on that. Cinematography is awesome. The locations look pretty good, and I really enjoyed it. The main characters, you know, Dr. Victor Frankenstein is played by Adam Stevenson. I've never seen anything of his before, and man, he's pretty fantastic in this. Both the leads, the male and female leads, are pretty good in this. And the part of Elizabeth Lavenza is played by Michelle Shields, who you might have seen in Postmortem America and Exile and a bunch of other stuff on the Collective Volume 1 and 2. And pretty fantastic actor. In fact, this is probably the best I've ever seen her. So, you know, and she's pretty talented. So I think this is kind of a progression, kind of a peak so far. Not to say that she's peaked as an actress, but this is the best performance I've seen out of her. But it's also the longest performance I've seen out of her. So that could have something to do with it. The monster, the Frankenstein monster, as well, which is pretty cool. It's kind of a little young Frankenstein-ish, but you know, pretty creepy nonetheless, is played by a man named Tim Kruger. Now, you got a lot of good stuff on this. I mean, it opens actually the main body of the movie opens with the wedding of Victor Frankenstein, Adam Stevenson, and Elizabeth, who's played by Michelle Shields, and they came to this island to get married, and for some reason Victor's hired some henchmen, as it were. And that's kind of where the guys struggle with the dialogue. There's also another guy there named Percival, who's kind of integral to the story, played by Shannon Edwards. Very, very, very good performance out of him too. And what I got, I think, was a work print. It was a early print for critics and the cast and everything. I think they need to work on some of the sound design. I'm sure they're probably going to, you know, fix that up before they have a DVD release. I mean, some of the gunshots were really uneven, and there's some echo to part of the dialogue that I think happened with ADR, and there's some post-effects stuff that they probably should do, particularly an explosion. But like I said, practical effects-wise, all the blood and gore effects, and the monster looks really cool. And I don't want to give too much away of the story because I am going to recommend this movie to you. But let's just say that the monster starts picking people off one by one, and you find out there's a terrible revelation when you find the monster's motivation for doing what he's doing. And Michelle Shields, like I said earlier, is fantastic in this. Some of her screams, it's like she's channeling Fay Wray, and we are treated to the bonus of the heaving of her amazing cleavage throughout the movie, because she's in a period of dress, and it's you know, lifts and separates, I guess. So kind of a downer ending, but nonetheless, it fits with the story. Great story on this. Fresh take on the Frankenstein mythos, if that's possible, and some really breathtaking performances and breathtaking shots for an indie feature, which I think, as I said before, is really, really ambitious for an indie feature. I don't know what the budget was on this, but they really made use of every dollar, it looks like. And there's a couple good things I really want to, you know, mention. There's an Evil Dead-ish thing with a disembodied hand that you know, adds a little bit of black humor in this. There's really not really any humor, but if you could giggle it apart, that would be it. And there's a pretty gangster part with Michelle Shields as Elizabeth saying, "My name is Elizabeth," you know, with the gun and everything. It's pretty gangster, even though she's wearing a period costume. I enjoyed it. But anyway, very cool film, very well done, and like I said, it looks like they squeezed every amount of quality out of every dollar they had, which is cool, and a very ambitious project for an indie production. And I can't say enough about it. Real cool take, different take on the Frankenstein mythos, and amazing performances by the leads. Adam Stevenson, definitely check out what he's got coming next. Like I said, I've never seen any of his stuff. Michelle Shields, I knew she was a capable actress, and she pretty much blew me away in this. So definitely check it out. It's called Frankenstein-Day of the Beast. It's going to be available on DVD, or it is available on DVD. I believe it is available on DVD. If not, it will be. You know, check it out. But anyway, I'm sure there's probably a Facebook page or at least an IMDb page, so you can check it out there. And I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Very good film. Everything works, and everything works well. Like I said, my only problems with it are a couple actors kind of struggle with the period dialogue, and at the beginning I thought there was kind of a lot of needless orchestral flourishes, but they have a great epic soundtrack, and maybe they were just trying to make better use of that. I don't know. At the beginning I thought it was a little too much. As it goes on with the movie, it fits in perfectly. It makes it feel like you're watching an old Hammer film. So, and those are my favorites. So anything, you know, like that, you gotta love. And if they fix up the gunshots and stuff, man, this is knock it out of the park home run film. So 8.5 out of 10. Frankenstein Day of the Beast. Check it out. I'm Tom, NerdRemix.com. Support independent cinema. Thanks.